Okay, it's a farmer sound so up a pure one, of course. Yeah, when you money be brave and discuss, say now you do say a lot of things to discuss. What Darama, kindly subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you are new here, you warmly welcome on board. In fact, we discuss everything sports, purely education, informative, a part. Of course, the bar, many biggie. Open bibia ye dear.
Nyamiadum bibia boko.
Fantastic. Akwaba.
Yeah.
Wayare and Ghana for me sabigi what's a sign? Of course. Oh
Nyamiadum.
Okay.
80-90% fitness there. Nyamia bibia fine.
Of course. Nipa dodo so a ja omo hwe wo no so se do ma se bewi omo bia. Omo share wo no. Okay, sorry. Dear or share wo no ye da na se.
Nurse for na doctor for.
Dear or share wo no ye da na se.
Ne be pharmacist because when I'm going to.
Oh, media me say dear or share wo no ye da na se. Se odi big ya san so esi nimpo mu no. What you say? Nyame hira o menu aba. Baby a wo bia.
Pharmacist no e be ma.
Enyo me ka de onu a aduane ma wo fie no. Bigi, de onu aduane ma wo fie no ube yi ni mu wa ha. Ye like soup ni ade de ma wo.
Na what you grab no mo.
Hey, Bigi.
Obi anya hwe ma me.
Yo, mini aba so on best sports nti no. Kagu nachi. Mini aba. Mini aba. It is say no. Obi ama ho.
Obi ama.
Uni obia.
Obi ama me ho.
Nti uni obia ho.
Obi ama me ho.
Big audio interest in Kayasam. Why now? Hey, open
Ogu.
Anyway, let's have a conversation. Kylian Mbappe, Madrid for as the player of the month for September. That's quite obvious, isn't it?
Of course, Madrid. Yeah. Ogu, this season, if you are talking about Madrid, you are talking about Kylian Mbappe. He's been that force, our Madrid team, that firepower. Our lead the Madrid team, to do wonders, to do any form of thing they would have to do or have done so far in the season. My main cancer, the goals, the numbers, the leadership on the field of play, So for me, performance, say a 12 say ebia ye or a Real Madrid player of the season. That is where I'm looking at. But for player of the month there, looking at the numbers of the Real Madrid
we'll have a lot of conversation. In fact, big Clasico no die. Clasico ni die. In some brain na ever for the Clasico, of course. We have a conversation. In fact, Clasico no. We need to do a lot, and of course we'll do a lot. You may need to be ready. I'm a Ghana for so it's me. I enjoy the Clasico. Now, before that, so the mommy no walking here maybe through kakra. So Clasico no. Big is any nano na you see a year no rivalries in some year. They may pancho omun kung fu. Ana obeka say kung fu fu ana.
Men come baby sakra say ayi near omodi bi omrefre
Taekwondo ana there here.
Who say Ghana no mu yi with the state colonial court.
Pam.
Abafra omo eyem panifo.
Yeah.
Any Ghana messengers no.
No correct. No correct.
Think am be sasa dey omo be the state colonial court.
So let's do some education here, kakra. Way Real Madrid when they formed the club.
Nti mebo. Jesse na show mo no ana.
Jesse na essence abafo nti na the color afaso no. On say then can no mu twa in black and white.
The keeper na share black.
They be there or penny.
And coach.
Coach. Now, in fact, Madrid a student phobia. Now, Muko school Institution Libre de Expananza. Omi student for. And now, Omi waging say Omo Betty Football Club. In fact, I would say Sky Football Club. That was it. Now let me say, hey, I do a crown on my Sky Football Club na Madrid fiasie by no. Na almost in 1897.
Okay.
1897. Yet say Barcelona 1899.
Okay.
It is anka a sky ne di anka obeka so omanyi eche
Barcelona.
It is a
Yeah.
okay. But the difference a woman say Sky Football Club no intokwa bebre esimu. Nti na se ye chemu mienu. Nti ebeye se omo ti omo no ye be from Nueva Sociedad. And na ye chemu se wo Spain e ka Sociedad a society. And a Nueva no then new, it's a new society. Yati ye ho. It's a Nueva Sociedad and almost two or more. It's the H-rate, me per se be komu bebre. You benya time na ye club obiane obiane ni history. When me di chom wakeke. H-rate and on the 6th of March 1902. You bet say Real Madrid Football Club in access. Madrid Football Club. There Madrid Football Club. And the H-rate King Alfonso a Royal Crown basi man be Real Madrid, but basically Madrid Football Club it's in 1902. Inti Madrid no ba se nyinche no ba ka wo first be bia Madrid asifi na nka sanka ba ka so Madrid susu nyinche no me wa twa say because 1897 and a Sky Football Club no kwada ne bet say ye but the Barcelona Football Club na nka sa no yet say no 1899. Much I say the weather and say this year and idiot. Yeah, bro, we are sepa. Hey, it's biggie, sanity. It's a coffee. My picture no, and I did him a bay, sir. You say we go through a lot of things. Now, so Barcelona, Diano, so me pacho, mamma no bonko mokakra. One gampadi. John also so bet say Barcelona. Unlike Barcelona, Real Madrid and students for net see, you know. Yeah. Barcelona, we crowd the one gampa. You have Hans of Switzerland. Now, yes, man say, on Chomomra Africa because omi yesika fall out the sugar about Africa, no mabe jiska no kunti. O chom edi akọ Africa. Because the Bussian phone be or bassa into Drew and what's not because those days in India, you two batter what's not a quaint to one sounds what also into true bassa no younger and also okay want to opposite or your announcement be say Yanti Football Club Nipa are we interested be and bra the Yanti Football Club near Fendi and Wagro and all the court two newspaper may tell me percent go through or court newspaper mono and almost so mom G2 muso omo bebono a buy and now almost so in fact 11 people and the share sampa ya crowd so ye bebo board inti em no crowd no share those days social basa jesi pa also when the black and white inti hu ni basa crowd jesi no asifi Basel Switzerland Hans na FC Basel say Hans on say no we sikafo basically it's no
o share colors and the crown e di dance
but I say
Basel Jesse colors no and the Barcelona there no
designs the bibia and no concepts now no the bar Barcelona and no Messi na omode edidi agro kama inti we no the two the we ni announcement ni me be say be komu bebre be nya time na ya discuss sad no now I am coming to tell you why two clubs na empem one some kra na reason no bigi reason ni this is Barcelona. Maybe Barcelona woni.
Yeah.
This is Madrid. This is Portugal. Ni pesa me kira asem ni yepa go nipa bebre na enhya da anya we. Who Spain map na eboaw. What you say? Hwe bebi a let's go Bilbao for no. Sporting Lyon for ni. Aha, Deportivo La Coruña, Celta Vigo for susunie. Aha, into Valladolid, omo be Madrid into omo susunie. Hana Sevilla ho, hana Granada. Otu Barcelona ko bobo Malaha omo nie. Omo ndi omo guasie. Asia fo ndi omo dosu. Into Barcelona e2 kwan from maybe omo abasie ho a Granada ni Almeria, Cadiz, okay club who Coitivo whoever.
Yeah.
Valencia de ewa. Say so Hana boys no koju omani pa Ibiza.
Ibiza no.
Ibiza na atene ho ni. Ba Mallorca so e island ni. Onom ha dwen pa sa Mallorca fo no. Anyway, back to our conversation. Now, difference on say the attorney say clubs no. Obaka say community football no mobile na.
So we dey. We dey papa.
Mr. Abi, mun check whether no me since when mama te so mama why na me prepare me. We call do no harm. What you say?
Me say say West School for park no.
West School. Okay. Then you be tibe me enti anu mo dey ache kakra fine. Na me pese me call, and this story everyone knows it, but details na dakumenya kwan achim say King Afonso buy na be say na sit na e Madrid kromo because that is the capital. Barcelona for maybe number 1 number high you me pese e be ko bebre. Na Madrid support, in fact Madrid paying for ni be the emu to the idea say yammo trophy bi na yemfan checking Alfonso the 13th enimonyam. Into omoya no so okay ndie ye be hyehyɛ ti Madrid Football Club no ye beto nsa e de afre Barcelona. In fact clubs na me ye 4 omoya arrangement ni wie ye no na say Madrid and Barcelona na Asia. Their first game a Copa del Rey semi-finals.
Okay.
Now that game it happened on the 13th of May 1902. 13th of May 1902. First game. Semi-finals. Yeah, what trophy Eddie are checking Afonso? Yes, you see Madrid and Afonso for ya.
Yeah.
You see, Copa del Rey a Madrid idea. But then Copa del Rey Barcelona 32, Madrid for number 20. Semi-finals, you know, first ever game NBA. Madrid Barca. Until I will say, Obedrin say community game, you know, where year 1902. And then Nasa, my check. See, where the Yana no winning any reaction. Someone say, and ya good you, Master. Tuesday, say, or say, almost say, boot be you, so almost say, then you of the ball.
I finish whatever talking about.
Aha! Any easy, that's I say. It's a game, no semi-finals, Nini, Maminchiromu. Barcelona first ever game of Madrid 3-1 and a Biscaya any new foot for but the Biscaya for necessary Bilbao no.
Okay.
What I say into Barcelona 3 Madrid 1 first ever game and ball final Biscaya for no Barcelona by 2-1 into the MSC or want to say, yeah, trophy, yeah, they call share papa name when yamano. Go for way, ya know among come crumbling your crooning canana, a share.
Now, why your trophy? I don't know, boy.
They be said idiot, as I saw what he asked.
They because
I don't know.
A competitive game. It's why your trophy. Why you want bono wash me. No one did ya show him any munyam.
Na say also want me bedi in semunu sa. Okay, say there's a famous game here in Barcelona. Elusu to Madrid by 11 goals to 1. Copa del Rey atama Franco. What I say? Ebeye Oman Penini dictation. I don't want to be going through those stories. Obeye no na isisa no Copa de Generalissimo because a general's cap. Ninya Copa del Rey ase for no. Barca had scored them 3-0. Ombeju ya game. But according to Barca, for the almost say you know now, but Madrid first so show records. We say Yasha Barca 11-1.
After what show there? What about we or the show there?
But Barca for say a huna and no giving him yes, sir. But just not to bother you with a lot of history, this is the records as at today. As at today, let me set the record straight. We cry the exhibition game in Aka. The abono don't try cry the in Aka. BBA. So what can be BA womu dia? About 304. Wins in here say for Madrid 101. Barca
111.
Sorry, 111. Barca 129. And drawn games in the AS64. Goals Madrid 496. Barcelona 541. But we know almost exhibition games in the young games. Yamayan fan kaho. Ana inti eya na omo nkan enka ho no mo use competitive games.
And if you are going for the competitive games, fine.
Okay.
But say you can say all games they are.
Just say the exhibition kaho.
All
exhibition
games. It is all competitive games are and only a different. But the moment you make it all games there, there's a BBI involved.
Sir. So let's see. La Liga, 190 games, 79 wins for Real Madrid, 76 for Barcelona. Copa de la Coronación, yabo one pe Barca ne fire. Copa del Rey. Wait, because you may go through 38 games, 13 wins for Real Madrid, 17 for Barcelona. Copa de la Liga, 6 games played, 2 Barcelona win, draw I4. Supercopa de España, 18 games, Real Madrid winning 10, 6 Barcelona winning 2 I draw. UEFA Champions League, 8 games na yabo, Madrid winning mumiensa, Barcelona winning mumienu. Miensa I draw. It is our first set trophies competitive to say how you want to call it. Because Biggie, when him say omo ye win so competitive games, omo yi Copa de la Liga free, omo yi trophies ni be free.
Okay.
It depends on how you want to argue.
Yeah.
Omo yi trophies ni be free.
Yeah.
But let's use this 6 and find here.
Because it looks more or less like say Nancy, when we are talking about competitive games between Real Madrid and Barcelona, you are going to talk about the league. Probably the Copa del Rey. Champions League.
Yeah.
And what else?
Nancy, Copa del Rey League, Champions League.
And maybe the Super Cup.
Yes. But I say, well, it is said here, when we in 261 games, 105 wins for Real Madrid. 104 wins for Barcelona. John Games A 54. Madrid Asher 402. 52. Madrid Asher 440 goals. Barcelona Asher 435 goals. It is open all competitions according to this Nadia. Then Real Madrid have more wins.
Yeah.
Then what the exhibition they count there Barcelona.
It goes in favor of Barca.
Exactly. So depending on how you want to make your argument and how you want it to suit you, no?
Sure.
And I'll be obey. What you say? Nini mu tension ewo kakra. Na tension kakra say kakra abano. After Salami Yamal sa comment no. You say Madrid place ni nebu say boy no omwadi back kra on your professional back kra. E started say e banketing kitten. E me say cope say no more confirmation o makwa akobisa. They can say Madrid boys they jabuta. Clasico surroundings any place no talk a starting.
First of all, obi no one ko inshira ne butu for. And I wasn't expecting say a Barcelona player to say Lamine Yamal even your opportunity to grant an interview. No be cancel Papa dia for Real Madrid.
So Biggie, I'm sorry, but this is from Cope for really.
I'm gonna say confirmed. The Real Madrid players are tired of Lamine Yamal. They believe he has no respect for the basic principles of professionalism.
He has no respect for the basic principles of
professionalism.
Oh my goodness.
And Ebia expected say Lamine Yamal and spit out ill words about the club Real Madrid. That is very true. It is your expectation. But you don't also expect to say a Barcelona player will get an opportunity on a big platform to talk on TV, to talk on radio. Now Obaba be praise Real Madrid and also be cancel Papa and the Alpha Madrid one. I said in some of Real Madrid supporters, any players, and so Trima the derby. I never expected that. But in all this, so Lamine Yamal is disrespectful. I'm not by Lamine Yamal is arrogant. I'm not by
any way of promoting the game.
Yes. Assembly basically we are with two sides. It's whoever says Lamine Yamal is disrespectful, meaning they are 100%. Whoever says Lamine Yamal is arrogant, meaning they are 100% because and some Lamine Yamal kind what disrespecting Real Madrid Bobo. That is for a fact. But then again, Kwaku, Menidia was some women in Anna say, and some Lamine Yamal come. Ebema El Clasico, I am dead. Saying what we expected. El Clasico, ya baba boy El Clasico already. It is crippled with injuries. There are certain key players are games there in football are very important. Teams be a kwa kushia. Obia onipa okosa kwa hweno. Ono na lighting up the stadium. Ono na ma game ne there. Ono na ma football ne akono. Enti o the back Ghana hanum se ya. Na nsemu ubisa a lot of the supporters from Ghana Premier League. Say aden na on stadium or say na me stadium me ko hwe because nipo ofu so betimi lighting up the stadium man entertainment. Now the sika out and when you value for the money looking at the performance our park and so e bi ni ho. Enti dodo na anko. Enti minu mi enu dia dance as a football there. Yeah, the players in the tour match. Players in the ma game they there. Omo the ma game they attractive. Enti Copa de Rio never be so no. There been complaints say players need be a play. Aside of more play even those available. Baby they now so 100% fit. E bi no wo ho ma. E bi mpo age so mo pass late fitness test. And so no mo ti yes ya kan wo El Clasico na e baba be hwini mu. Enti a game of such magnitude with no disrespect to any other football game. I feel say El Clasico me show say we are very arguable. It is the biggest club football festival in the world. No more baba share at this moment. Not certain players any available players they be key. Enti bi si akan ni bi no. Ube hia nyema bi e ma game no. Aya attractive. E be ma nipa pu akohwe to mo akohwe game no. E sa nyema ni bi no. E na brand e friend say Lamine Yamal asase a wo ye. E de ma game no. Or ton game no. Ube ka say it is in a wrong way. Looking at the things he has said about Real Madrid. But whichever way it is, say ye kwan papa, say ye kwan bonny. The most important thing is say or can sembi e dey acha Real Madrid for now. O ye Madrid player as I say wo bufuo. Now tell Lamine Yamal say El Clasico ni nyame yarba mu hia, mo dey never to the proper position.
Nenya duwo I think say ade say motivate Madrid the pie. Come in 4 wins on a trot there. And no cry motivational enough and I'm boy. Sebastian Shaw to 4.
Of course.
They tell me from Kylian Mbappe. Boy, meaning boy, Vinicius Junior. If they sit down and they analyze, they are having a meeting. And no great team catch ups and no.
Of course.
Yes, that's how we see.
And no should be a motivation for the players.
Exactly.
But aside and no, going to play Barcelona. Now Lamine Yamal, a player of Barcelona, aka sansem with the Real Madrid hono. You ask yourself, say, give me number sumpo. And Lamine Yamal aka sansem with the Real Madrid hono.
Yeah.
So imagine they meet. Now Lamine Yamal in a good game. Lamine Yamal man of the match. Lamine Yamal should go to Barcelona a winning game now. Now after the game, on your opportunity to grant another interviewer and send men of a Saka for Real Madrid home.
And then they will move
last season they but this season onya no mo nche umponie
and o start take
kasa kan we di akere wo enti se wo ko jeja ho park no sign so shewa and you won kura. So that should be another motivation for the players.
And akwana na grow penhwe.
Lamine Yamal is that kind of person. He always wants to be in the spotlight. Enti okan sem bi say
obi say oye Shatawale of football. Onimade ne yo but they be also so person won news
if you look at people like Lionel Messi onimbo ne bo but Lionel Messi you will be on pekasa there be Lionel Messi loves to do the talking on the field. Lamine Yamal is that kind of person. Say one say
almost say Messi et say Sako there on pekasa. But obey Jumano.
There are people
only like media animal bebre yes. Cool eye.
Yes. But there are people who also would want to drive their attention even before they do the job.
Shatawale.
Yes. It depends on some of the canon. The only name dada. But the only no Copena channel. And found only baby Lamine Yamal duru. And you be an we are still Lamine Yamal. Yeah, you do football the chidi in Lami Yama.
No correct.
But in some year working, there is somebody who might not be so much into football.
Yeah.
Or maybe say, Matis will be cast and be saying on the paranoia.
Small boy view. Small boy.
I call to be Madrid Libya the Bofu. And you call to be. And what be John Oki can say Munu Sabi at the Channel Madrid for 18-year-old boy, you are cracked to a crowd. And Oki Casa answer. Hey, sir, you could have no. We also be copping and Michelle.
Now, no unsurana because oh, come about. Say no, musi, yeah, no. Because, hey, and Akuma Danny Muno,
you should know yourself before you take some steps or decisions.
No, that boy.
And then social media, a man of your comedy, we 100, a mobile 98%, a man.
Okay, danger.
Because they have that kind of confidence.
Okay.
Sorry to say, or your comedy, oh Jimmy.
Okay.
But now, who offend to mean that?
Won't mean ampa.
But girls now sorry to say, oh, you're beautiful, no, oh, you're fair, oh, you have confidence there, the best, but they've been poor, no, yeah, talented, tiny, and one
true.
It's Lami Yama, those kind of people. Based on the one, or GD, Sadia will bet me, or that can't want some, or can't want some New Year, but I never heard say,
I think the only game I mean say, or you'll be an answer down for a PhD, and I don't cry one casaba, just don't post say. Baba back and then Nuno Mendes a year in wage.
It is normal for every footballer. Lionel Messi didn't hear yardstick when it comes to performance in football. But who Lionel Messi when you bad data?
Of course.
A certain small boy at that time they watch Jack Oche. Barcelona Arsenal. Champions League.
Yeah.
Or control he won the man of the match.
Exactly.
That was the only game I said Lionel Messi boy in his prime. I will not bad day.
Arsenal Barcelona.
So it happens in football.
True.
It's one of those things in the air, one of those days that you're bad in the office.
Yeah.
But for Lami Yamal performance it has never been in doubt. It is never questionable. He always or most of the time gives you that grade A performance. It's a Kwadana Kasa. Kwadana Vierim Zoya or Tia or Power, yeah. It is up to the Real Madrid players. Some of us stopping.
Alvaro Carreras. Obetsimia stopping Lami Yamal.
This season, Carreras has been one of the best defenders in the world. I wouldn't say in Real Madrid or the La Liga.
Left back.
Defensively, he has played the left back position. He's played the left centre back position for Real Madrid.
And so when you be more, what can you know? I can't tassel.
Oh, and then they say, Abrabo, Coach Bia one favorite. Yes, but that doesn't mean say only quality.
Yeah,
and meeting Lami Yamal, one of the best in the game. Say the Ballon d'Or Yastika. He's the second best player in the world.
Okay.
Now, Shia Samri. The wedding kind of young cophobia, yeah, Bob, say, or performance, yet defensively. I will Real Madrid Bobo. It is time to say what she had the best in the game. So, they had the second best in the world. Nasser, Osman Dembele in the Spanish La Liga anymore. Indirectly. Or can say he's the best player in the Spanish La Liga.
I agree. Matter of context now. Yes. It makes sense.
It is a wish she had the best winger or the best player in the Spanish La Liga.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the young cophobia and the pebble of Barcelona. I put in the fire Lami Yamal.
Hey.
Because for you to become the best, you always have to be the best.
So, Alvaro Carreras should watch Nuno Mendes and on check quite a fast so handle Lami Yamal because in that game, when the entire Barcelona were playing well, Lami Yamal was also playing well.
Sure.
When the team collapsed, Lami Yamal also collapsed.
Sure. Kwaku, say Obeshe Nuno. Say Onshe Nuno. One thing I know about football is say player bia o mu ni nyonko player wo ni position mu. So you are ahead of Biano. A player na ni da ho bi o hwani sua bibi. Player ni nyonko player. Say bia me bo number 8. Na number 8 na me bo no. Me ni so obi ti say Tony Cruz. 8 or boy and the performance I was so chai me dia kwaku. Me hwe Tony Cruz esua bibi free ne ho.
No correct.
So enye nu no mporo obe hwe na. Eye den obi ho ma ohun say asamati dia in the game right now. Per position na me bone na me bon or any mu chai me. It's those players. Onsua bibi mfam free o that is one. Now player ye friend Nuno na nkasa no. If it is about Lami Yamal na ye kadia, he's been able to stop him.
Yeah.
It is a whole show no so now wa pick 1 or 2 bi anka nya bad. It's kwanya obefa so obeku mokra no. And only the most important thing.
Let me ask this last chapter of our conversation so that we'll know what exactly we want to do with it. Now the conversation is saying, says here I Drew the Clasico, a Drew the next conversation that often comes out, combined 11. And this one, we per se, you draw the perimeter around, say, Yenyan is season where I now say, Yenyano, Bonnie Bankasa. Yenyan is season way, what the Yenyan is season way, and Yenyan, they are born and Casabo.
Ibia.
Yenyan born and Casabo. Yenyan born and Casabo. Where a coach, goalkeeper, so he no contest. Sibu Kutua, we carry right back. What just the 2 days in the Oyare. By everyone so bit Miabo, Bibia bit Messi.
Yes, right back was Yago for Juice Kunde.
Over Danny Cabayal.
Any of the 2 Real Madrid right backs.
Cabayal Trent.
Yes.
Cabayal.
What has been their performance this season, Gogu?
So what's the NBA Muana?
Okay, even from last year, the last season count the Cabayal Mamo.
Okay, what do you see? Come on, send your bear. Come on, and go fans and be brave, man. See,
because last season Cabayal
Mamo. Nyabuche. Ma, yan draw the knee. You use then, and then they because all Casa was saying use born and Casabo. All Casa was saying this season. It's you this season. Because this season, Cabayal, okay, what do you have?
Cabayal the free last season.
Okay, last season. Nyabuche, yan from last season. Because a born and Casabo, yeah. And you just couldn't the young Kone Cabayal.
There be right back position there, there be couldn't man.
Exactly.
No doubt. But I'm looking at Cabayal for Bayer or Echo Bayer 1 year. Okay, then you're active.
In say no, you're far day before we will start driving. You're far.
Never be as I heard the past 1 year, you couldn't.
Oh, I didn't that was some wiki. Obi, I was saying for the more lifespan. Football, Mabo. Who was say 1 year? It's here one guy, so per se,
they all kind of at you. But say, player for Bayer 1 year. On Shedam Mobo. Now, me, you just couldn't active. I feel
it's never 10 years. Ronaldo, it's never 10 years, are still now we are the best. Into some of
Messi. I retired in 10 years.
Opa, see, Biggie, Opa, Messi, Oba Europe, Oba Bobassa. You be a season in Barcelona and Champions League. Never seen 2 goals, Ballon d'Or, Beje.
Oh,
you think that hard that?
Messi. But maybe I say the 10 years. Not 10 years.
What do you now to cut everything short. So, Biggie, to cut everything short, the last 5 years. The last one. Oh, okay. As what I say, we say things now we Cabayal. Okay, over for Ukundi. Cabayal.
Oh, and I say combine level. And I will be another.
Okay, what's it? Young concluded day. They say young concluded day. Last 5 years, they made the mistake, Danny Cabayal.
5 years, I made Cabayal.
Okay. Left back there. Carreras de Safi no be Madrid.
And
Alejandro Balde.
Me Balde. Okay. Performance of Barcelona because
the last 5 years.
Carreras free on my left backs no more no money there.
Felomendi. Now Felomendi so a fit.
And the Frangasia. Oh you fit.
Felomendi a fit. Felomendi.
Oh you better change
versus Alejandro Balde.
More than the left backs.
More why na this have more than the anybody. So old fashioned left back na onye left back.
And they will not more.
Nanya na obo Madrid.
Nanya na Carreras abeturu no.
Oh and they say coach ni na Carlo Ancelotti wo ha. Enka oda subo left back wo.
Ejira Ancelotti koro.
Tie Felomendi the master tie. O de nkomo no stay ko bie foforo de abo tie.
Left back defensive one
there. De bie adwuma no ye. Felomendi bo our born the last 5 years. O de beto to Alejandro Balde.
Aprofu beto Balde.
Oh, and you're brooding at Madrid. Oh,
no.
And you're brooding at Madrid. Oh, if they say it's a debate, she say, for herself, Carreras in Alfin and Kawaba. But I say, intimacy, I say, you have Alejandro Balde. But beyond what we just discussed, because as a fellow man, the last 5 years or more born chain. Alejandro Balde.
Honestly,
Alejandro Balde.
Since he arrived at Roma, he has always been the weakest link to me.
Felomendi?
Yes.
I disagree.
To me,
okay. Well, that's fine. Defenders,
when left back. And then laterals.
You scored how many times or you overtaking? Says open answer.
You scored the minimum say on your natural right back.
Say
makeshift.
And say me know to see Obo as a right back. It is Obo as a right back. How many times were you overlapping? And so open answer.
At least he does his best.
Better than He does. Mumpen asem, mumpen for Romendi asem. Well. How Kubasi any Ronaldo as against Dinhausen and Militao.
I go for Dinhausen to Kubasi.
Kubasi Hausen. I'm for Militao.
Debbie.
Okay. Met for 3. You ever wine? Basa Frankie Dion Pedri. Family.
Frankie Dion Pedri. Nam di Jude Bellingham account.
Hey, B. Chouameni.
Debbie.
Kamavinga.
Debbie. Monokado account.
Ceballos.
Debbie account.
Adagule.
This season he's playing well, but Debbie.
The Barcelona pivots now. Now also the one account.
Nam di Jude Bellingham.
Jude Bellingham.
Yes.
Oh, Jude Bellingham over Fermin Lopez.
Yes. Okay. On any day.
Okay. Front 3. Say right what the Lami Befa and
Lami Yama Rafinha anya fetiem fan count.
Oh, fan count. Even say what the engine film on count. But make a right wing what they say Lami Yamal Befa.
Nanka hanom na ye Rafinha na Kylian Mbappe.
Kobe Vini atonje. Hey. Front train there a Vini Mbappe Lami Yamal assembly ni ho.
Vini over Rafinha.
Nankade.
Hey.
Mure fi Vini ana, munin kaya na. Vini. Na tio Vini wo form wa. Rafinha nye ni tipeni Vini ba okra. Se Vini born boa.
Performed.
Hey, na Vini got to win the Ballon d'Or. Vini na say na biti koyo. Hey.
His performance,
how close
you got to winning the Ballon d'Or, everything. But ball Rafinha, both
no. With all due respect, come on, will be with all due respect, yes, Rafinha was good. What I said about Vini last season, not and yet, but not and yes, and yet crowd.
Oh, there be say no. We are comparing to the Vini Junior standards on one side.
I agree. I want on one can say YouTube send a form number form, and it's like he's working hard to come back.
Yeah.
But anyway, your next video, you can be brave about the Clasico. Biggie, your stories I can the best fridge. Na you sound so about you. Yeah, for no. And so Eddie abroad. Bye bye.